Hello everyone, this is the breakdown of my Crosman TR77 Nitro piston air rifle 177. So as you can see here, I've already taken it apart, and I noticed that the differences with mine that they made in order to limit the frames per second was that they put a hole in the top of my piston, but it is the short version of the piston, so it is the right size. They just put a bleed hole in it, and yeah, that's about it. Other than that, the Nitro piston itself is the fully powered version. It's the BT 9M version. Not sure if you can see that up close, but it is the full powered Nitro piston that they put into it. So most of the people I talk with, they said that there's at least 2 things that the company does to make it the lower powered version, but as you can see, I only found one thing in mind. So right now I'm just lubing it up, getting ready to put it back in. But I need to cover the bleed hole, which I did with some JB Weld, and as you can see, it's still holding up pretty nicely. So one thing that I originally noticed with the Nitro piston when I first opened it up is that there was a hole here on the front, and they also had this little kind of like penny-sized piece that was sitting on top of it. I thought it was another modification to kind of limit the power of the piston, but it's not. It's actually a good thing to have on there because it keeps it from breaking itself, the power of it. So I put that piece back on there, get the main piece back on, and now I'm going to stick it into the shaft here and make sure that my holes line up on both sides. And now we're going to get ready to use the quick grip to get this thing in fully. As you can see, I can't do that with just my power alone. It's too much pressure, so we're going to use the quick grip. Guys, so now I have the quick grip in place. I'm getting ready to compress this Nitro piston back into the shaft. I want to make sure that I have this piece ready and also a hammer and something ready to drill it in, because it will be under intense pressure and you just don't want anything going flying anywhere. So make sure you have it leveled on something that's hard and that it's not going to move, and also up against the piece that you're going to bring it in on, and you just start clicking away. And I might need a little more strength for this. There we go. That wasn't hard that time. So now oh wow, that baby's in there. Just gonna double check the other side. Yep, all the way through. You can release your quick grip. Bam.
Guys, so this was just a quick video to show how I took my detuned air rifle, and made it like the original version, how it should be shooting 1200 feet per second and not the 495 feet per second. So just a few things that I want to cover for all those who are going to attempt this mod. To first, if you don't know how to take apart your rifle, watch another disassembly video. There's plenty out there. The one that I found most helpful was the one about the Phantom Quest 500 disassembly. So I'll show you how to break down a rifle. It's basically, they're made by Crosman, so basically the parts are the same. Also, because this is a Nitro piston version and not a regular spring powered version rifle, you want to make sure that you're very careful when you're decompressing it. So I don't have a spring compressor, so basically the easiest way that I found to decompress that Nitro piston was just to hold it against the ground while I banged out the pin, and so it relieved the pressure easily. Didn't have to worry about anything flying in the air. So that's the easiest way you can do it. Also, another way that you can check to see if your rifle has been detuned is to look for three things: whether you have a bleed hole in your piston, or if your piston is longer, or also if the nitro piston that they put in it is a weaker one and not the full power nitro piston. So the only difference that I said was in mine was that I just had a bleed hole, but I still had a short piston. It wasn't the longer version piston. So look for those things when you open it up. Also, you'll know your nitro piston is a weaker nitro piston if it has a 7mm shaft. If it's 9mm, which it normally says on it, then you know you have the full power version. I plugged my bleed hole that was in my piston with JB Weld. Other people I've found have done it different ways, but JB Weld was the easiest for me to do. I just used a toothpick, put it in there, and let it dry overnight, and it's still holding up. This is the third time that I've been in a gun, and it's been holding up just fine. So if it worked for me, it'll work for you. And after you plug up that bleed hole, if you do have one, just lube it up, put it back, and your gun will be good to go. Before I did the modifications, I was shooting at 495 feet per second. Now I'm shooting an average of about 1100 feet per second. So it's definitely worth the time to do if it's something that you enjoy, something that you like doing like I do. So I hope that you found this brief modification. It's not really a tutorial, but just showing you a few things that I did helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Like, comment below, and take care. Till next video.